Can you play?
What?
Can you play the Mario Kart? Oh my god.
About to head off to LA. My flight is boarding in 45 minutes. I'm flying overnight, I'm gonna get there in the morning, and then I am... Nintendo's announced the Nintendo Switch 2, which I'm a big fan of the Switch 1. It's actually probably my most played console. Doing some stuff, spending one night, and then I'm gonna fly back Sunday night. We're gonna go try the Nintendo Switch 2. Hi for James. How's your day going? So Nintendo had a lottery for the Switch 2 to try it early, and I put my ticket in for, they have 3 events, New York, Dallas, and Los Angeles. I'm actually based in DC. So now I need to figure out which direction we're heading. I'm not late or anything, but Friday.
Nintendo event ticket. Your entry was selected. Los Angeles, semicolon.
So of course Los Angeles is what I'm selected for, which yeah, LA is like my second home. I used to live there. Yeah, I need to figure out how I'm gonna get to Los Angeles as a person who's legally blind just for a weekend, literally for one night, because I'm busy that Friday and I'm busy that following Monday.
Prepare your little cheese biscuits. We're now preparing for landing in Las Vegas, Nevada.
So I've done video game consulting for accessibility since 2018. I've worked with PlayStation, I've worked with Microsoft. Nintendo is the one company I really have not worked with, and Nintendo has also been the least, I'd say, involved with the accessibility community. But that might be changing, and the Switch 2 is the first sign of that. Okay.
This one is the ham and Swiss croissant, and then I'll hand you the other one in just 1 second.
Okay, thank you. Finally made it. Come here. I don't even know your name. What's your name? What's the dog's name? Poppy. You said Poppy?
I'm Poppy. I'm Poppy.
Oh. Taking the first bite?
I don't know how we're gonna fit that. I'm so full from that burrito.
Wait, can we get 2 spoons?
Oh my god, are we gonna share a fork? Oh my god, how romantic. Should I feed you?
I haven't been fed since...
Since what, mommy?
So we here at the Switch 2 experience.
Excited.
What are you gonna try?
I want to try out that Mario Kart. With that double cheeked up Wario.
So when Nintendo fully detailed the Switch 2 during one of their directs, on their website, they did update to actually have an accessibility dedicated page detailing different features such as like text-to-speech. Essentially a screen reader, like what my phone's doing.
Nintendo Switch 2 accessibility settings. Heading level 3. Link. Customizable options to fit your play style. Heading level 1.
I don't know if you can see it though.
I mean, I know if my glasses can also.
Touch it. Dude, the speed is huge.
Before we even played any games, we actually got hands-on with the console itself in its handheld mode, which I'm used to actually not holding this thing in handheld because I'm almost exclusively playing on dock because of my low vision.
So nice. So it just like clips on. Like... Oh, that's
how that feel.
good.
So how did it feel to hold it?
The giant screen is like really impressive, and then I don't know, it felt heavier in my hands. Did it feel heavier to you?
A little
heavier.
Some kind of to it, yeah.
I can't wait to like see the look of the screen and stuff. I love the detachable controllers. So much like easier, just snap on, snap off.
Magnets are cool.
Yeah, really good.
Slightly convinced. Good morning, everyone!
So the first game that Michelle and I played was Mario Kart World, and I gotta say it was a ton of fun. Honestly, it was probably the highlight for me.
Can you play?
What?
Can you play the Mario Kart?
Like, Mario Kart 8 has always been fun, and thanks to the smart steering, and I've talked about it in the past, but the smart steering feature really did make that game more playable for me. I don't win most games, but I have fun, and that's kind of the key, right?
Assistive steering is still a feature?
It's on, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Try that out. You're gonna start it up.
Oh my god, Toad Racer! Oh my god, Mariachi Waluigi! I'm crying!
And Mario Kart World just feels like it elevated the experience and feels like, I mean, I didn't know what more you could do with Mario Kart, but they figured it out.
Alright.
Oh, not that.
A giant open world map that you can like free roam just sounds like a fun time. So Mario Kart World introduces knockout mode. This is actually a lot of fun. It's an elimination, almost battle royale like mode where you start with the 24 players, which yeah, this game supports 24, and I will be honest, being in 24th place at one point during this race brought some shame, but we sped past it. And you want to be the last kart standing, speeding. You want to be the last kart speeding while in first place once you reach the final checkpoint. Now, if you are in a placement that, you know, is too behind on that checkpoint, you get eliminated. And as you can expect with any Mario game, the fonts were nice, high contrasted, and readable because large font size. So appreciate that.
Good job avoiding that banana. Nice. Good job discovering those little secrets in the map.
I will certainly take some pride in saying that I've been able to outcompete about half these folks at this Mario Kart tournament. And at the same time, I have less than 10% of sight, and this is the extent of my driving experience, so let me have this.
There you go.
Honestly, the knockout mode was such a blast, and the fact I didn't get 24th place,
Come on. Oh.
got 12th in the knockout mode. Michelle did really good getting into the top 8.
Found that semi.
You did better than me.
7th place out of 24 though, it's not bad.
Thoughts on Mario Kart Knockout?
No, Mario Kart Knockout was so cool. I think it's a crazy cool mode, like really great tournament mode. Like I think when you have your Mario Kart nights, it's gonna go wild.
So when Michelle and I entered like the game area where like all the demos were, I didn't realize how many games there was going to be on display. Like there was 16, I think, and we really only got to 6 of them, including Mario Kart World. So here's what we did.
Oh, there's the Donkey Kong.
Next up was Donkey Kong Bananza? Is Bananza B-A-N-A-Z-A? I personally never played Donkey Kong 64, so I did not know what to expect with this, but this was a ton of fun, and I'm actually looking forward to this. I'm glad it's coming out literally in July, so a month after the Switch 2 launches. At first, it kind of plays like Mario Odyssey in that kind of 3D platforming realm, but you could just like break everything. Like it had a destructive environment, had a great time with it, and there was 2 things to really note. There were some accessibility settings you could kind of go in and tweak. One of the great design options that, again, I've seen it in Mario games before, when your character is off screen or obstructed by a wall, your camera is not, you get a good shadow, so you're spatially aware and you know the depth. The other aspect of this, which was really good, was like this navigation assist that kind of like played with the theme of Donkey Kong using like musical notes and music and rhythm to guide you in the direction that you're supposed to be heading in, which was really cool.
The GameCube Classic section. They got the Metroid game.
What are you feeling?
Oh my god! They have the Mario Strikers. They have Mario Strikers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the GameCube one Mario Strikers.
Do you want to check that out?
Yeah.
First?
Yeah, let's go. Oh my god, I love Strikers.
So for our third title, we had to take it back in time a little bit. GameCube was one of my most prominent childhood memories.
Oh my god, they have Mario Strikers!
And now Michelle also has some very fond memories of the GameCube. And the one game I never had on GameCube, but I had it on the Wii. The Wii version of it was Mario Strikers. It's like a Mario arcade soccer game. And I wasn't good at it. I had 2 cousins. I got the game for my birthday. My 2 older cousins were like, hey, we know this game. We played it on GameCube. And they destroyed me. I just did not ever feel motivated to learn that game again. So I was willing to do this for Michelle. So we tried Mario Strikers on GameCube. And honestly, I actually enjoyed it this time. The nice thing too about that game was, again, very well high contrasted, especially for the time. And fonts were large. And the highlight of knowing like your team, their team, based on the color contrast, helped out a ton. Michelle does prove to beat me, go figure. But I did put up a pretty good match, 6-4. I was surprised I even scored, and I'm looking forward to playing some more Mario Strikers, especially online with GameCube Online. So Michelle, we're gonna get a rematch in.
So they're about to do a game. I don't know if you want to try to find something beforehand and maybe come back to this one over here.
I want to do the Mario Party.
You want to head over there first, maybe?
So this next one wasn't as successful for me, I will say. It was fun, but
Alright, if you want to be blue team, scoot over to the side.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you both there you go.
Mario Party Jamboree Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. Michelle and I already both have this game for the Switch 1, but now it has with the Switch camera options to green screen you into the game, and you become a part of the game and stuff, like you as an avatar, which is interesting. So we did a 4-player local, and like it's got a very wide angle, so it's able to see everyone. But you still have to be a good distance away from the TV, and that's where my nearsightedness comes into play. Or doesn't come into play. This one was definitely harder for me because of where I was located. I was like on the far right side. Alright, we gotta talk about this game. This one kind of flew under the radar for a lot of folks, but there's been some talk about it, and that's Drag and Drive, or Drag Cross Drive, or Drag Drive.
You ready for some wheelchair basketball?
Wheelchair basketball, heck yeah.
Drag and Drive?
Wasn't there like a movie or some Disney Channel show where they were like playing wheelchair basketball?
No. Sweet Life is that?
That's what it was, right? That's what I was. I was like, was it Sweet Life? Like,
You too!
Pretty sure it's a real thing. I know it's a real thing.
yeah.
Wheelchair basketball. One, it's arcade style, so it's, you know, not the most realistic physics and stuff, but it's fun. It's actually a ton of fun. Nintendo's priority right now is definitely marketing the new control schemes of the Switch, because you can put the Joy-Con 2s on like the side and drag it around like a mouse, which is, you know, fun. That's kind of cool for some like shooter games or PC ports to the Switch 2. However, the way they used it for this game is interesting because you have 2 Joy-Cons and you're controlling both wheels of the wheelchair. Nintendo booth staff called it vehicles. Sure, I'm gonna start calling my white cane a vehicle, or when I get my guide dog real soon, that's gonna now be a vehicle, I guess. But seriously, this game was actually a ton of fun, and I do hope it does have other control scheme options because the representation is great, honestly. With like positive, adaptive Paralympic sports in video games. Yeah, I'm all for that. Can we get a goal ball game where like you're actually blindfolded and it's an audio-based game with motion controls and haptics? Like, come on, I'm on to something, right? Nintendo, Sony, someone, let's talk. The developers do acknowledge, though, that there are requests to know more about control options, so for accessibility purposes, I'm hoping there are more control options for the game. I just know that from a PR standpoint, understanding marketing, Nintendo's definitely not talking about that right now because their priority is marketing that mouse option to the masses.
Alright.
To also get you guys' passports.
Last game, but certainly not least, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. My history with Metroid is I tried it when I was younger. I was really interested and intrigued by it, and I got it, and the game was just like too dark for me to enjoy. Like, I just could barely see it. In fact, the most of Metroid I've played is Other M because of the Easier and Brighter, which is like the most obscure Metroid game on the Wii.
Remember me?
I don't know much about Metroid, but Prime 4, it was well lit, it was well high contrast. You have the option to aim using mouse controls or motion controls or just a joystick, and you can literally swap to that on the fly. I don't know, I kind of dig that. I did fairly well up until the boss. I really didn't know what to do when I got to the boss, and I was just like kind of shooting, hoping for something to happen. Currently waiting to board the next flight, but got a backpack from Nintendo for doing the Switch challenge where you're filling out like games you play